Well, welcome back to Trigger to Transform Day 28. And I was just laughing because I was going through thinking, I'm just kind of it feels willy-nilly, but I'm not. Like, it's actually coming together, y'all. Like the conversation about the nervous system, we'll talk about it in a minute. I'm so happy to be back in this space. I have to acknowledge, like, the amount of growth that has had to happen in the course of this week that has me surprised and very excited, to say the least. Things are moving and shaking and shifting. And what I know about life is that when things seem to be piling on, that you're getting more responsibilities, that's because you have been spiritually expanded. Your territory is being expanded. And so that's the feeling that I'm getting right now. Through this work, through what we're doing, our territory is expanding. You should be experiencing an onset of more responsibility in your life. That's not a bad thing. That is a space for you to be able to create, to be able to use your imagination to create what it is that you say that you want. That's what we're doing here inside of this space. I told myself I wasn't going to be here long tonight because I still need to catch up on editing videos. So I have, instead of editing videos, I can't say instead of, but as I'm editing videos, I'm also creating content that supports what we're talking about this week. I want to draw a capsule around it, make it very, I keep doing that to my forehead, make it very user-friendly, if you will. So if you don't catch it here, you can catch it somewhere else. Like, the information is in several different places, is what I'm adapting myself to. And that's just me being transparent about my space and time. So for you, what is happening right now as we embark on this conversation about our nervous system, and where we left off last week with identity and who we're being inside of our identity? What does that look like for you right now? Okay. Okay. Do you feel any different in your body? Are you starting to be more aware of what it is that you're feeling in your body? Those are some questions that I would like us to keep our thumb on as we move through this next week. So this week we're talking about the nervous system, and I made a post, I'll say it like that. I made a post about what if our health problems are directly related to our nervous system. And one of my sweet mamas asked me, tell me how. And I thought, shit, let's do that then. Let's tell her and everyone else how. And so the content the video created was, and this is going to be twofold, okay? The video that was created was more or less a infographic video. I didn't use my voice, but I highlighted some very key spaces of what it is when we're talking about our nervous system, talking about our central nervous system, our parasympathetic nervous system, how we have our autonomic, nope, that's not it. autonomic, there we go, nervous system, and how that is related to the things that our body does naturally. It's just the heartbeat, the breathing, the things that our body does automatically. And if that reminds anyone of autoimmune disorders. So the video kind of ties in without saying that you're doing this and this is causing this, but a broad stroke of what our nervous system does, how it talks to every system within our body, and how our nervous system is either in a state of fear or a state of healing. And if that is the truth, then if we start with healing our nervous system, if we start looking at the spaces in us that we continue to hide and neglect and push off and ignore, even though we feel it in our throat, we see it in our body, we see it in the inflammation in our hands, we see it in how we are speaking or not speaking, we see it through our thyroid disorders, we see it through our IBS and digestive issues. The slide talks about how digestion is impacted by this I hope I get to take that out. How our nervous system is impacted by our digestive system is impacted by our nervous system when we are feeling anxiety. That's a real thing, y'all. That's a real thing. So that brings us into our hypervigilance. I don't know what's going on. Y'all just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. As inheritance, we are going to identify what danger feels like today. So my nervous system is either in fight or flight, freeze mode, or it's healing. But how do I know when I'm actually in danger? This is such a big question right now for so many people because there's so much stuff going on in the world right now. And we all feel like we're in danger of something, don't we? Now, I don't know where y'all live, but I live in the United States of America, baby. And it's live and in living color over here. Live and in living color, baby, when I tell you it's going down. And I just saw that it's going down in Iran. Oh. Okay, so y'all know what I'm talking about. Are we in danger? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, there was a time earlier today that I felt like I was in danger. I didn't act like I was in danger, though. I didn't put on any sense of fear. Is that a thing, too? To know that you could possibly be in danger and not have a sense of fear? What does your nervous system have to be doing for that to be the truth? So what does danger feel like? Right. That question made me think of situations that I've heard women talk about where they have been scared, and rightfully so, that they were in danger. Their heart sped up. There may have been an emotional response, crying, fear, shaking. Your body will let you know when you're in danger. She's going to react. Something's going to happen. You're going to shake. your breath is gonna speed up. Even if it's self-perceived danger. If we are living into a memory of something that happened, right? Someone just told me about an awful car accident that they got into. I couldn't imagine. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But the fear after that, the feeling of danger after that, it's real. So we have perceived danger where we think something maybe could go wrong. And then there's times that we're in situations and we know that this could be detrimental to me. And how do I know that it could be detrimental to me? That means that I've had to look at my standards. What's okay with me? What's okay to happen within my presence? What's okay for me to be exposed to? What's okay for me to hear? What's okay for me to see? Right? Because if I am creating spaces where I'm aware of what I allow, then danger is apparent right away because, whoa, I don't do that over here. Sometimes we're in situations where we don't know that we're in danger. Because a lot of times as women, we have made things right in our minds so much that when things are actually, let me back up, when we're actually living in a delusion of happiness, peace, and some type of grandeur, we choose to miss the signs that we're in danger. I know that for a fact. I've experienced that within myself. Right? When we discount that we are actually having a dangerous experience, that's dangerous. That's a danger. That's what danger feels like. Danger feels like I might have betrayed myself. I've always told my children that your body will highlight to you when something's off. You just got to be real tapped in. You got to be innately aware of what your body usually feels like when it's in a peace and rest state, and when it's giving you signals that something's not right. You need to go now. And don't ignore that. Do not ignore when your body is giving you signals that this is not in alignment with who or what we stand to be, and we've got to exit stage left, right, whatever, the doors open, close, kick that bitch in. I don't know, but I gotta go. Right? I'm not sure that when we take account of what our ancestors have been through, regardless to where on the diaspora you fall, there are certain situations and circumstances throughout the course of our history that have mitigated the fact that there is a sense of danger that lives present inside of us just by our DNA. I'm not talking about we don't like being scared when the dark, when light, when whatever, when somebody pops out in the dark, or no, I'm talking about the stuff we don't know, we don't see. It wasn't anything that we actually experienced. This was something that came through the channels of our DNA. Right? I'm going to mention this now for the first time in this series, and this is going to give us time to build upon this. But when you see this, write down the Willie Lynch letter, okay? And start looking it up for yourself. because that indoctrination, that teaching, is still very much a part of the experience that we're having today. It just looks a little different because we're in the technological age. We're in the age of technology, and we're not as hyper vigilant as we've had to be in the past, but it's still innately in us. This word that I have here is inherited. It's inherited hypervigilance from danger that we once experienced that no longer exists in the same way, but very much the driving forces are still very present for that anger, or for that, it turns into anger if you're not careful, for that danger. And anger is also in the word danger. Okay. So when we think about how deep the understanding, the experience of our danger, I don't want to say our danger, but the experience of danger goes, and we look at how our nervous system is set up now, some of the things that we are wanting to bypass just need to come up so that we can look at it, decide what it is that we're going to keep from that experience, and what are we going to get rid of. In order for our nervous system to feel better, it's going to have to feel lighter. It's going to have to be unweighed with things. This is something else I want you to write down, Mayat. If you have not heard of Mayat, go look about the balance that we are supposed to have within us when we are at our last judgment in life, or our first judgment in the afterlife. Let me say it like that. And Mayat weighs our heart. Is our heart light as a feather, or is it heavy? This is heart-centered work, to be able to move to a place where your nervous system is at ease and at rest. Even when you have to say things like, I don't give a damn, because you don't. And it's not for show. It's because I've moved so far beyond needing whatever that energy is or was, that I can see the reflection for myself right now, but it's still not who I am, so I don't care. That's what being on the other side of the constant drill of danger looks like. So what do you do when you feel like you're in danger now, Shatoya? I don't think that I'm in danger. I choose every situation with valor. And then when danger is amiss, I hope that I'm in a place of clarity so that I can see my way out, so that I can imagine my way out of that situation in my wholeness. That's what I've done for the past y'all try to get me to slip up, years. I had someone ask me one time, like, and this has been a really big thing, especially with melanated men in relationships with me. I don't worry about anybody doing anything to me. I've been to countries by myself and with other women in places that, I don't know, maybe somebody else would have been hurt. I don't know, maybe someone else got hurt, but it didn't happen to me. So I don't live in a sense of predisposed danger. Something's gonna have to happen in my presence for me to feel like I'm in a place of danger, right? And so in relationships, the men I've dated have been like, well, if you're dressed like that, then that gives someone an invitation. No, I don't have any danger going on around me. I don't know what that means, right? Speaking to your safety, not letting anyone foreshadow the fact that you know that you're protected. If people are trying to make you a victim, that's dangerous. Dangerous. Okay? People start trying to make you a victim. All right, so we're going to dig more into this as the week goes on, y'all. I'm going to continue to move the way I'm moving with putting the content out so that it has a chance to catch up with the algorithm and sit in the incubator, and the YouTube gets to do the thing, because I am so excited about the 100 women coming in. We are getting the information in front of these 100 women. So if you have not liked, subscribed, shared, and commented below, do so now. If you have not gotten on my calendar, that's probably because you have not seen the link to it. I am working my way through putting out that much access to my calendar, so bear with me. I have had an influx of private clients, so I just want to make sure that I have space, time, and energy to provide what it is I'm offering, and provide it in a way that is meaningful and beneficial to you. So if you have not seen my calendar link, but you do want to talk to me, email me at triggered2transform@gmail.com, and that's triggered, the number 2, transform@gmail.com. That link is definitely posted somewhere on my page, and I can create a calendar link for you there or send you the calendar link. But again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for continuously coming back. Please, if you have any questions, let's find out together. If you're here, I love what Dr. Raquel Martin says. She said, if you're here, you're here to learn. If you're here, you're here to learn. We're learning together. This is the Learning Lab, and you are in the right place at the right time, at the right moment in history to make your transformation and evolution that it's just waiting to happen. So congratulations on your success, and I will see you again on tomorrow. I'm Goddess. Goddess is all I am. I'm the many. I'm the one. Goddess blessings. Goddess blessings, y'all.